Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl, Island Gal. You're keeping up with Island Girl here in Ghana. And today's topic, we're going to talk about the 10 similarities between Ghanaians and Bahamians alike. And so I dropped down a few things that I've seen for the past 4 months that you as a Bahamian can consider yourself to be a Ghanaian by the things that we do. You know, that it's similar to what Ghanaians do over here. And so, number one, I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. So, the number one similarities between Bahamians and Ghanaians is time. Time. I am telling you, Bahamians don't know time, Ghanaians don't know time. You know, there's something called Bahamian time, and there's something over here that's Ghanaian time. It's not world time. So you could say you're having a party at 3 o'clock. The event is starting at 3 o'clock. Expect Ghanaians to be there 7 p.m. that night, coming and expecting you to be there. The same thing with Bahamians. So it's like when I've seen, I was like, wow. It's like you can feel at home knowing that it's the same actions. We do the same thing when it comes to time. We're never on time. We come where we feel like, we sit and be like, I don't want to be the first person there. I just, sit back and relax until I think people come, and then I can come show up when the party started. And that's exactly how they do it here. You would be by yourself waiting on people, and then they expect you to be here waiting when they reach. Um, Number two, I would say music. It's called music. Ghanaians music somehow, like, culturally, when you come into the cultural village and different stuff like that, you would see that it's similar to our music. You like the drums, the use of the drums, that saw and other stuff, that instrument stuff that they make. Yeah, so the villages or in the smaller communities, you would see that the music is similar to our Reek and Screep music. Um, and also dance and stuff, the kind of the little foot moves and stuff like that. It's also similar. They do similar things to that we do as we dance. When we go out and we dance and stuff like that, they look at us like, oh, where you learn that from? How you know that? That's this tribe dance or whatever. But it's just in us. We are Ghanaians. Number three, Ghanaians speak English as well as Bahamians were broken English. Ghanaians were also under British rule, and so they speak English also like we do. So we share that same history, being under the same rulership of the British. Um, so coming to Ghana, you can blend right in, speaking English. They would understand you. Only thing that they say is that we speak a little bit too fast. So you have to like slow it down for them. But you would be able to understand them well if they speak in English, but then they have a hard time understanding you if you go in, just speaking fast. They call it speaking fast. Um, Number four thing I see that's similar to Bahamians and Ghana that makes it similar is friendly. Ghanaians are very friendly people and welcoming, just like Bahamians. We are very welcoming people. We have our ways, but we still see we don't see like differences between people like that unless you're trying to like invade or whatever. But other than that, we are more welcoming. Very friendly people. You would blend right in. Um, Number five. Hey, listen, Charlie. Hey, nosy. Number five, nosy. Oh my gosh, Ghanaians are nosy. They nosy just like women. Oh my god. Me coming here into this community, the town that I'm in, is like in the first week, everybody know you're here. Everybody know where you live. Everybody that know you. Something happening. Everybody coming to look. You know how we go. Nosy, nosy. News travel fast around here. Everybody know everybody in this little community. Very nosy people. Nosy. Like your business. Number six. Yeah, Ghanaians are also very happy people, not just on friendly, but they also happy. Like they would do, like they would have little, but it seems that they have a lot because they don't allow the little that they have to like to make them depressed or anything. You know, they do their best with what they have. So that's some similarities I see here in Ghana. Also Bahamians and stuff like that. You don't have to have the world to be happy. You content it with the little that you have, and nobody would know that you don't even have, you know, much. Number seven, the weather. The weather here in Ghana is like the Bahamas. I feel like the Bahamas and Ghana got the same sun. It is hot. When it's hot in Ghana, it is hot. And humans we like in the Bahamas, we only have one climate. Let's don't mind a little peak, the little breeze will blow past in December and January. We ain't talking about that. But for the rest of the time, it's completely hot. The same here as in Ghana. It is hot. The only difference is the timing. So July now would be more like a little cooler month in Ghana, and we have, but in the Bahamas it'd be December and January, but here it's like July, August. So it's kind of like coolish, but not cool. The temperature is the same, people. It's the same. So you blend right in, come in here. Um, Number nine, Um, Ghana reminds me of the Bahamas back in the 1980s, 1990, um, especially in the region that I am in. It's developing, and so I see it as like growing up on the islands. Like same thing, you go into the well, get your water. Um, you're doing a lot of stuff like getting wood, firewood. Um, all that stuff, the same thing back home. So it's developing, and so you can see that where the Bahamas is now, um, compared to 1990, that's the same track that I'm seeing like Ghana is on, especially in the region that I am. It's like the same thing, we do the same thing that we do back home. Nothing um, different about that. It's just understanding each other. Um, Number eight, trust. Um, Back like let's go back into the 90s and in the 90s, early 90s, 2000. Like you could go to the store and once someone know you could actually like go to the store and say, okay, I'm short, but I need this and I need that, and they will trust it to you and say, okay, I'm gonna bring the money back, and you can do that. So it's like being I'm home in home. I've left one home to come to another home that is actually the same. It is the same. We have our belief systems. We have Christianity here. So the trust, um it's similar. Then you have religion. And this religion will be number 10. And religion, you have most people here, they're the same Christians, and then you have a big, large group of Muslims here, but they Christians also, um, and they also have their they cultural religion, or a traditional religion, I can say, um, and they hold to their belief, you know, just as well as we do back home, you know. And number 11, I would say food. The food. The food here in Ghana, only a few, similar to what we do back home. They have something that they call here in Ghana wachi. Wachi is what we would have home as bean and rice. The only difference with it is they use palm oil and we don't. But it is the same thing. Use like the red beans or anything. Once you put anything like bean or peas, in your rice. It's called wachi. And they also serve it like put like noodles on it with a little bit of um, lettuce and cabbage salad. But it is the same if you taste it. It's the same. It looks a little. It could be a little different if they're using like foreign rice or if they're using the not the rice that is grown here in Ghana. But it is the same thing. Um, and there's more spicy than us. We don't do the amount of pepper in our food like they do it here in Ghana. And they have something that they call you will hear people there's this beef between Ghana and Nigeria about jollof rice. Well, jollof rice for me is the same thing as plain rice or colored rice. Like if you don't put bean or peas or anything in it, you just do your regular tomato paste, you know, herbs and spices, and you just cook the rice. Just it's what they call jollof rice. So it's the same thing that we do at home, but we just call it what it is. If it's peas and rice, it's peas and rice. If it's bean, if it's okra, it's the same thing. And so it's just the name difference and stuff like that, but it's actually the same thing that we do. So we do cook similar to Ghanaians back home. We do the, back in the days, I know they used to do the salt fish when you dry the fish or you salt the fish. They do that too. Um, yeah, they kind of eat natural like we do back home. Like we grow a lot of our food and farming. You have a lot of similarities. So coming to Ghana, you would literally blend right in. They would only know you to be a foreigner if you speak. They wouldn't know by you just moving around and doing things. They wouldn't really know unless you just overdoing everything, then they would know that, okay, you're not from here. But other than that, Bohemians can come here, blend in, get along, and continue on with living. um, Something else, um, folklore. So folklore would be, I think that's number 13. It's more than I thought. But anyway, folklores. They have their stories like how we have our stories, and folklore is just something that happened maybe a long time ago and it's passed on from generation. The stories being told, from generation to generation. And in your time, you might not see it happen, but the story is there, and they have a lot of folklores. About things happening, supernatural stuff, occurrence and stuff like that. So they have that going on here too in Ghana. It's very interesting that you will hear them talk about things that you literally would hear them talk things you hear talking the Bahamas, So there is much in Ghana to there's much in Ghana to learn, and there's much in Ghana that you would see is similar to back home. Uh, so for that, I think I'm gonna end here with these. I think it's 13 I give that I've seen so far thus far here in Ghana, but it's basically just living, like I said, you live in a larger Bahamas, where it's more people, it's more cultural, and stuff like that. But it's the same. It's no different. You're just in a different, part of the world. That's all I can say. The difference between Ghana and the Bahamas is. And so for now, that's it. I'm going to stop at number 13. And if I see anything else, then I will update. But for now, that's it here from Ghana. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy and have a blessed day. Don't forget, live your best life and travel.